Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of November, right through the end of December 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And they're giving me an image in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. What I can see is a golden tree. Okay, so this can indicate something that you've been nurturing or working really hard towards will bear fruit. Perhaps there's some sort of bonus or raise coming in there, or maybe you're branching out in your career in some way. But it just feels like you are thinking about long-term security. I mean, who else isn't, of course? But they're just showing me this golden tree. Now, I mean, it could mean that it's a logo or a sign that you'll see over the next coming weeks that indicates some sort of good news in your career. Or it could mean that some of you have just bought like a money tree. Or I'm seeing some words next to it. To whom it may concern. Oh. Okay, to whom it may concern. So this could be an official letter that comes in, or maybe you have to send something official. Perhaps you are putting your resume out there to find opportunities. So please take it as it resonates. It's such a weird combination. I can't really grasp how it resonates. Okay, so, oh, I just realized your first card, there's a tree on it. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely something with growth. I mean, trees, they tend to represent wealth, prosperity, and I mean, you working towards generational wealth as well. So some of you could really be given a major opportunity that you've worked really hard for that sees you build generational wealth, okay? Yeah, I'll leave that image there. It could be a logo if you're going for a new job opportunity, or it could be something you're launching yourself if you're an entrepreneur. Perhaps a golden tree is resonant in some way. So please take it as it resonates. Okay, so really lovely energy. And I tell you why, because you got the Magician card twice. Okay, which means something you've been manifesting is showing up for you. Some really good financial news coming here for you. What I can see though is some of you have been feeling like something isn't coming together. You know, it just feels like if you're working in a team, for example, there's office politics, something isn't gelling there, or maybe you feel like you've got no team support, or it feels like something that is connected to your true life's mission or purpose just isn't working right now. It just feels like there's a fly in the ointment. But I actually can see things are working in your favor as you move throughout the rest of December into 2024. I feel like things get off to a really great start in 2024, but you close out the end of the year with like celebration. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing in your chart so far. Your first card there is the Temperance card. Now, this is about balance, of course, equilibrium. It's about patience, diligently working towards something. But also this is about you re-examining your priorities or where you feel like you belong in your career. Some of you may even be dipping your toe into something else. So you may be learning something on the side. Perhaps you're curious about a certain avenue in your career and you're just checking it out online, or you're actually taking a physical course in it. Maybe an online course, or maybe it's a course with lots of other people. Perhaps you're going back to class, going to get a qualification, or you know, some sort of opportunity to upskill is what I see there. But as you can see, we've got a map. So some of you may literally be thinking about expanding your business, or if your company that you work for actually has a branch elsewhere in a different part of the world, you may be thinking about being seconded there, okay? Now, also, some of you may hear of some sort of management move where someone from overseas, an overseas branch, comes to take a prime position where you're at. And if you are an entrepreneur, I definitely see that your business is going to have some sort of international link. Okay, so you could be expanding your business. Maybe that's what the tree represents, branching out in some way. But the Temperance card is really about you listening to your soul song and really tuning in to the energy that's available to you, because I see that manifestations are going to become a reality here. I feel like you're going to be super focused this month, and I feel like you're going to be very productive. You're going to get a lot done, but also I feel like you're trying to have the best of both worlds. So some of you, you may be tying up loose ends, getting projects that you started finished so that you can actually go on a vacation or a quick trip there. Or some of you are actually saving. They actually just gave me the word dollars. Okay, now, of course, everybody who watches this, that you don't deal in dollars, but they just gave me the word dollars. I mean, money is money, right? Maybe they're just trying to highlight currency. Maybe there's going to be some sort of fluctuation, or if you are taking a trip, you may need currency wherever you're going. So you may be changing up dollars, or you may be changing up your currency to get dollars of wherever you're going. I feel it's not like just completely giving me the energy of just dollars. I feel like it's more like currency, money. And you like really saving, being a little bit more savvy with finances, and keeping an eye on what you spend. Almost like finding a really good deal for what you purchase. The Temperance card, of course, is really about having the best of both worlds, blending your energies. So some of you may be setting up second streams of income, or you may be thinking of an online business that you could be doing, because it is actually connected to the King of Swords there. This is your protagonist energy. So some of you are having ideas. Perhaps these are ideas you've had a long time ago, and you're wondering how you can like activate or take action on like an online business so that you can be far reaching. Perhaps if you're launching a business online, that platform actually pays you in dollars and it gets converted to whatever currency you have in your country. Or perhaps there's an energy of maybe you're joining an American firm. I'm not really sure how to decode that energy other than what I can give you. I could only see the word dollars there, okay? Maybe there's going to be some sort of shift in the dollar system as well. I'm not going to go into that because it's not really personal. It feels it's very global there, but we all know shifts are coming. So I feel you may see some sort of launch in that area later on, even before the year is out. There may be like a testing ground going on there for something digital, because the King of Swords is of the air. But anyway, back to you, my beautiful Librans. This is you deep in thought, strategizing, thinking about the next steps on your career, and actually whatever it is that you do, you're a pro at it, because this is you established as being someone who is super intelligent, really focused, and someone who is getting organized. So I definitely see that things are going to pick up pace as you close out the year. It'll slow down right towards the end of the year, but I feel like it is going to start picking up pace as we move throughout December for you, and I feel like you need to be super focused. This is a card of authority as well, and I also get this energy of some of you stepping into a leadership position or some sort of promotion or managerial role. There's going to be lots of like administrative tasks there. I feel like you're going to be business minded, and I also feel that this is about you negotiating a better deal. So some of you may be thinking about the effort that you put into whatever it is that you do, and seeing if you're being fairly recompensed. Now, the fact that I saw to whom it may concern, this could be that you get a very official letter that is in some way connected to your true life's mission or true life's purpose path, or your career in general, okay? The Four of Wands, that tells me there's something to celebrate. But it also tells me that there is something here that you've been manifesting, and it could be that you are thinking about moving elsewhere or even launching an entrepreneurial ship, because I definitely get a sense of movement. But you are strategizing. You're thinking about the next steps on your plan, and I feel like you are thinking about something before you take action on it. Some of you are really getting to a very logical state of mind where you're being really honest with yourself and saying, okay, this is the month where I may overspend. So I need to be a little bit more logical about my purchases, find better deals, and not purchase something impulsively until I find it somewhere cheaper. So I definitely see that you're looking around. But ultimately, this is about you being super organized in your career, focusing on your goals and your tasks at hand. And I feel like you are in command of your destiny. I definitely see that you also have a blueprint of whatever it is you want to accomplish, and you will get there. They're actually showing me an image of a calculator right now. Okay, now I know the King of Swords can be like analytical, but I'm getting this energy of, well, I can see someone like calculating. So perhaps you are calculating your finances. Maybe you've got a large purchase that you want to purchase, of course. So you're like adding up what you've got, or maybe it's you're adding up your savings, or you're pooling all your finances to make really good savings investments and things like that. So I'm not really sure how else to decode that other than, someone adding up. And it may be that you are going to be earning enough money like in a bonus or some sort of raise or promotion where it sees you paying off a large chunk of a bill. Could be a mortgage, could be a purchase, higher purchase that you made or something like that. I definitely see you being able to pay things off. And I'm also seeing a piggy bank. So that tells me that you're also going to be able to save. So whatever it is you're purchasing, I see a savings as well. Okay. Now the King of Swords also is to be clear thinking. What is the next steps on your plan? What is it you want to accomplish? Because the energy that they're giving me here is that wherever you are in your career, it feels like you are a master or a mistress of your craft. You're really good at what you do. So some of you may be feeling like you've hit a glass ceiling, like you want to take your career to the next level. However, you may feel there is no next level where you're at. So you may decide to leave a position in order to move elsewhere, or you may be putting your resume out. That maybe that's what that to whom it may concern is all about. I mean, it's always important if you can, and you are sending your resume out there, rather than to whom it may concern, it's always good to do a little bit of extra digging to find out a person's name. Even if you call a company and say, hey, I want to send in my resume, who is it that I should address it to? Because it gives that extra personal touch there rather than to whom it may concern. So just watch out for that if you are sending resumes out there. But also I'm getting an energy here of you getting an official document. So it could be that you've just had an appraisal and you did a really good job. I feel like you will get a little bit of extra help in your pay packet there. I see a little bit more investment coming in. Three of Pentacles, I definitely see that you are someone who is keeping an eye on your finances. Okay, I feel like you're being really savvy with your finances, but you may be a little bit worried about things increasing, prices increasing. So I feel like you're trying to be as good with finances as possible. So I feel like you're keeping an eye on it. Now we do have the Page of Pentacles. So pages, they bring news. So you're the sort of person, you make a lot of effort. You put your whole heart and soul into whatever it is that you do. And I definitely see that you are being realistic with your skill set and recognizing your worth. Okay, I feel like you're someone who is dependable, you've got the skills, and you may feel like you're in a certain position in your career and that you want to level up, and it's almost like, for example, if you're in an administration role, you may feel, you know what, you could do the managerial role. Absolutely, you've got the skill set there. But you may feel that there's no roles available for you to step into. So I definitely see that you're putting your resume out there to see if there's anything else, because I feel with 2024, it's almost like I feel a fresh new start. So even if you're deciding to stay where you're at right now, it can mean that you are going to put the feelers out with people who are in a position of power in your company. For example, your boss, you may ask them, look, is there any way to staircase in the company? And if they say no, then you say, well, you know what, I'm feeling it's time for me to reach more potential. So if there's nothing available here, I don't want to have to leave. However, I got to really nourish my career. And if you feel that you are not appreciated for your skill set, I feel like you will take yourself elsewhere. I feel that actually puts the fire in your boss's soul to actually get you a position. So you may find that one opens up for you because they do not want to lose you. Now, for some of you who have lost your job or do not have a job before you came to this reading, I feel like you may have been waiting for a job opportunity for a long time. And it's almost like this pessimism is starting to creep in because you're feeling the pinch. You're feeling things are really difficult. I definitely see that there is a position coming in. It may be something that is connected to your skill set. However, it feels like a different direction a little bit. And I feel it's much more rewarding financially. Actually, I feel it's a surprise opportunity, and I feel that you will really celebrate this and you're going to be really appreciated in whatever it is that you do. So for example, if you are a manager in your current role and then you left that role, or you lost your job in that managerial role, you may move into a different sector that is in some way connected, but it's not the same level. However, it's like almost pays the same amount of money or just a little bit below what it was that you were earning as a managerial role, even though it feels like you're very much starting afresh in something, okay? But it's not going to be too long before you start to staircase and get a new status and a new pay packet. I feel that there's an increase coming as you move into 2024, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, some of you may have been dealing with a boss who is quite detached, someone who is quite a strict person, someone who has a lot of authority, they have a lot of power. They've been noticing your diligent work, okay? And I feel like they may come to you with an opportunity to move into a different sector. It's like the same company, but I feel like you're doing a different job. You may have to be trained in that. I feel like it gives you an opportunity to upskill in some way and to get a different perspective of the business. Because later on, if this is something you want to do, I feel like in the future, you could go solo. I feel like you could set up your own business and almost be a consultant as well. And this like sidestep move, it's not really a sidestep. It feels very much like you're getting an opportunity to see how a different area of the business is run so that you can actually run your own business later on. Okay. So that's not going to resonate with everyone, of course. I feel it's important to recognize that there's only a small percentage of that coming out for that particular scenario. Now, what I am seeing, this is your protagonist energy. With the Temperance card, it's a duality card. So that can mean that you are thinking about setting up a second stream of income, or you have a second stream of income. One of them, you're really established in it, you're a pro at it, you're really talented at it. But also I see that there is something else that you're launching or something else that you're starting, and it actually brings in more money. So I feel there's two streams of income coming on here. And if this is not something that you're doing at this moment in time, it's something that you will start to focus on and start to accomplish. Okay. I'm only picking the uprights in the deck just so you're aware. We got the King of Swords again. So something you are thinking about will actually make your dreams come true. It will deliver a wish, but you're taking action on it. Okay. Something that you're strategizing on, or something that you've been thinking over for quite some time. When you launch it or action it, it's going to be extremely successful. And for some of you, you may have been hoping to step into a leadership position or hoping for a promotion in some way. You're going to get that news as we move out of November into December. Okay, so lots to celebrate in the month of December indeed. I mean, look, that's your wish fulfillment. So whatever it is you are wishing for, remember, King of Swords is connected to thought and communication. Thoughts are becoming things. Not only are you connecting to manifestation because you're telling the universe what it is you want to achieve and accomplish, but you're also finding your voice to make sure that you get what you want on the physical plane. Okay. Now, we do have the higher calling card. It's in the resistance position. So some of you may have felt that you haven't fully tapped into your full potential on your higher calling and you want to learn more. Okay. And I definitely see some of you may pick up like a course of learning, or maybe you're just like having a browse on the internet and seeing what's out there to help like increase your skill set or your knowledge. But when you get this card and it's in the resistance position, you know, it's like you got it in the reverse, but by the end of the 6 weeks, it does go into the upright. But in the reverse position, it can indicate that there is going to be some sort of error, okay? You may feel a little bit impatient. So, for example, it could be that you're owed money, or that there is a glitch in the system and, you know, the payday is late or the bonuses are late if you're due a bonus. It just feels like some sort of payment is late. So that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I feel it coming through, so I got to be honest with it, okay? Also, when you get this card in this position, it can indicate that there's some self-doubt here, okay? So I feel like there is an up-and-coming position being made available where you really step into your power and establish yourself and get a really great reputation for what you do, because you're actually a pro at what you do. They keep telling me that you're really gifted and talented. And whilst you're going to be very productive, there's going to be a lot going on. Some of you may wonder, can you rise to the occasion and step into this role efficiently? The answer is absolutely yes, okay? Now, I am also getting an energy, my beautiful Librans. Some of you are feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant. You may feel that perhaps there isn't a position available for you to rise into, and that's when you've hit that glass ceiling, and I feel like you will decide to put your resume out there and find new opportunities. And there is something coming in that is more in alignment with your true life goals and missions, your higher calling. But this is really about thinking about the next stage. You know, it's kind of like a wake-up call where you strategize and you almost are self-reflecting to see where you're at, how far you've come, and where you want to take your career to the next stage. So, you know, this happens round about the end of the year where we start to think about what we want for 2024, and I definitely see that you are thinking in along those lines. Some of you are feeling a little bit out of balance. Okay, and you don't know how to change that circumstance. So for example, you may love what you do, but you may feel there are aspects of this position that you really don't like, you know, things that you have been putting up with for some time. And you may actually have a very honest, open conversation with your boss and say, look, you know, these things, they just waste time or they're just not efficient for the company. How about we just drop those? And I feel like you get an opportunity to really air your views, and it's actually taken on board, and they may implement these new strategies in 2024. So be really proud of yourself, because I feel like you're really making a mark for yourself as well. So if you do work for a company, I feel like people in positions of power are taking note of your skill set and want to elevate you. Now, if you are someone who actually is an entrepreneur, I definitely see that you've been working overtime. As we close out the year, you may have been doing a little bit extra, a little bit longer hours is what I see there. And I just want you to be aware you may be closer to burnout because you may feel like you don't have any support. So that's, you know, that sort of energy. When you work for yourself, you can't take a day off. You know, if you're unwell, you still work through it. You know, you tend to work 24/7 rather than 9 to 5. So I totally get it. Some of you, there is this energy of you need a break. Okay, so you may be working really hard towards a break. I definitely see that you need to have a little bit more fun, and you're going to get out there and have fun with people, and it actually recharges your batteries, because especially if you're an entrepreneur and you work on your own, it can be a little bit isolating or lonely, and I definitely see that you're going to step away from that and do a little bit more collaborating or reaching out to people in your industry, or just going out with friends who really feel great to be with, and I feel like there's definitely a celebration there as well. It changes your mindset and your energy and helps you like feel excited about what you do again. Now, we do have the Temperance card, okay? The Temperance card can indicate a little bit of impatience, okay? Especially since we've got it in the reverse. But it's like, I feel like there's some sort of error or something like is delayed, and it makes you feel impatient. It's something that was owed to you or due to you. It could be that a boss or somebody promised you an opportunity and it hasn't materialized, or it can, because I feel to some degree, it feels a little bit like a disappointment. Okay, remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by, and sometimes a disappointment is actually a silver lining to direct you to something better. So the universe is orchestrating something better for you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, so there's some really good luck happening in your career, but it may not happen in the way you imagined it would happen, okay? Sometimes something's sent and it's even better than we expected. However, at first we're like, this isn't what I ordered, but when you actually get to grips with it, you'll see that it's better than what you expected in the first place. Now, the Temperance card with the Three of Pentacles, and again, this is in the reverse, you could be feeling a little bit frustrated in the month of December, especially if you feel like you have no support, or you feel that people are just not taking things seriously. It feels like you're working really hard, doing double time, and other people are just coasting. And I'm getting this energy a lot for this month for most signs, bizarrely. So maybe some people are kicking back and relaxing a little bit earlier. However, you're feeling that you still need to keep working, still hitting deadlines, and it just feels like you're taking on a lot. Okay. Now, also, because we do have the Judgment card there, the Temperance card, and the Three of Pentacles, some of you may feel that you should have been a lot further on your career path than you are at this moment, and you may be starting to doubt. And some of you may have some insecurities about whether you're on the right path or not. I definitely see that you're on the right path, but I feel that there is an opportunity that's being lined up for you, but the moment had to be right. And 2023, as we all know, has been a very challenging year. There's been a lot of ups and downs, some good points, of course, but also some very low points. And I feel that 2024, whilst, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be very challenging, a little bit more challenging in 2024 collectively, not just personally, okay? I feel like there's a better vibe for you in your career in 2024, okay? And the Three of Pentacles, it will go into the upright at the end of the 6 weeks, which means something you've been planning or something that you've had in motion starts to come together. This could be a project. I mean, you could be collaborating with somebody, or you're creatively putting your plans into motion. It feels like something that you've been thinking about, but perhaps not launching, or you haven't got everything in order just yet. It just feels like it's not ready, but it will be, okay? They're actually showing me randomly a toaster. Okay, I'm not really sure how that resonates with your reading, other than maybe you're listening to this reading and you're at the toaster making some toast. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can connect to that. When I think of a toaster, it's about comfort, security of your home space. It could also indicate, you turning something into something else. That's what the Temperance card is about. It's about blending the energies between the two cups, mixing stuff up, so that you shake life up a little bit, shaking your career up a little bit, using all your skill set to blend and create something really special and unique. And when you think about a toaster, it takes a slice of bread, right, that is in its full form, but it toasts it, it makes it something else, makes it something a little bit more solid. So perhaps this is something that is only an idea, it hasn't fully been formulated just yet, and it's like you are either cooking it and it's nearly ready to pop, or it's something that requires the right amount of time before it's ready. So I'm not really sure how else to decode it. So random, a toaster popping up in a career reading. I mean, it could come down to the fact that perhaps your company, if you work for a company, is downsizing in some way, and they're getting rid of like certain benefits like toasters, where people could go to the kitchen, of course, make themselves some toast. That's less electricity if they take it away. So it could be something like that. I'm not really sure, because I feel there is a restructure going on in the career sector in general. No matter what industry you work in, I definitely see there is a downsizing energy going on. So perhaps you're going to hear of some sort of benefit or luxury that was available within your working career sector that is going to be taken away. It doesn't have to be limited to toasters, but it could be representative by a toaster, okay? So I'm just going to give it like that. Now, your outcome energy, we have the Strength card, so making some bold moves in your career, perhaps doing something different, or approaching your career in a different way. Even if you decide to stay where you're at right now, you could be branching out or approaching your work from a different angle, and it just feels more rewarding, more exciting, and you seem more focused and enthusiastic about whatever it is that you do. The Maturity card, of course, it is the Strength card there. This indicates that you're overcoming any obstacles, you're finding solutions, you're in the flow of doing. And I feel like you are going from strength to strength and you're in control. So I definitely see this card can also be a card of patience, something that is delicate. It requires your patience. It will come to fruition and it will be very rewarding. Now also that Magician card, you do have it twice. Okay, so manifestation, It's almost like something you see in your mind's eye. Remember, the King of Swords is about thought. You know, something is going to become a reality for you. And this is a very successful energy. Your focus, your drive, and your skill set, along with your confidence, will make you be very accomplished indeed. So I definitely see that your manifestations, you're turning your visions into reality, but also you're taking action. So there's something that you're thinking about, but you will take action on it. This is the masculine energy to move forward, to make progress. Now, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. Masculine energy is always associated with doing, okay, even though I don't 100% agree with that. Feminine energy, you can be doing as well, but it's in a different way, a different approach. So I definitely get a sense here that you have infinite possibilities to tap into new energy over the next coming weeks to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. So you're going to be in the flow, really motivated, and I just get this energy of, you know, being established in your power and really going from strength to strength. No holes barred. You're moving forward and you're making progress. You're making your desires become a reality. Also, my guides want to point out the pyramids. Okay, so this can indicate that there is excess energy and you'll channel it into making progress in your career, okay? And that's going to hit you round about the second week of December. So suddenly you're going to have a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, drive, and I feel like you are channeling that energy into moving forward. And there's going to be something that just pops out of the blue for you. I'm going to pull a card on it because we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Magician card, and the Four of Wands. This is a fated opportunity, okay? Now, of course, this deck is a full deck. You could have got any card, right? But you got two major arcanas there. And if you actually have a look at your chart, you've got so many major arcanas, which means December in particular is going to be a really big month for you for change. And it's a really positive one. The Magician card indicates like the Holy Grail. So it could be like almost, you know, a dream opportunity coming true, a promotion, a raise, or some sort of move in your career that sees you ascending to greater heights. And the Wheel of Fortune indicates this is your destiny. This is your fate. This is you aligning yourself with your purpose. And there's better luck here. Now, when you get this card, especially when you've got a Page of Pentacles here, it can indicate that you're going to get a surprise bonus or some sort of recognition or incentive, or it could even indicate that you get a little bit more money in your pay packet this month than you were expecting. So the Four of Wands indicates you will celebrate this. This is a card of celebration, of having a good time. And I also see that you're like tying up loose ends, and you may be like visiting family or friends towards the end of like December. I mean, it is a season or a time where people tend to go home for the winter month or go home around about December to see family that they haven't seen for a while. So, I mean, that's like an obvious thing to say, but I just want to pull a card on this energy for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We've got the Two of Wands and the Star. Something that you have been waiting for such a long time. It is showing itself to you. It is arriving for you, okay? It is the wish. The Star is alignment with a wish or a desire, okay? Something that is really hopeful, something that is almost like a miracle. But it's not really, because you worked really hard for it. You planned for this, okay? Now, the Two of Wands, because it is another two energy, I get a sense here that you are perhaps setting up a second stream of income, or perhaps you are waiting for the right moment to launch something. Because this card, sometimes I feel this energy of like, what are you waiting for? The world is your oyster. Get out there and make things happen. And I definitely see that you're doing that. The Two of Wands can also be that, you know, you're winding down the year and you're making travel plans. So some of the money that you have accumulated, you may buy like a large vacation, or you may be thinking about making a move in your career, whether it's a leaving move, whether you're moving into like a new position at a different company, or whether you're thinking about relocating your company if you're an entrepreneur and being a little bit more nomadic. I get an energy here of you waiting for results, okay? And the results come in and you shine. So if you have been taking a test, or you've actually been learning more about your craft, I feel like you pass with flying colors. You get a qualification that ups your potential to earn more money as well there. Also, this is like a promotion that has been long time coming. So I definitely see that you are recognized and appreciated for what you do. And I feel like you're reestablishing your power, but also you are building a reputation within your industry as someone who is incredibly intelligent, has great ideas, very talented and gifted, and is capable of going to the top. Okay. Now, also the star energy, some of you, if you've been unwell recently, and you've just been taking it easy in your career, you may be feeling a little bit frustrated that you want to move forward a little bit, but you've been a little bit unwell, so it has in some way impeded your path. It's important to heal first, okay? The world can be won another day. You're still on track to reach your goals, but you may just need to slow down a little bit and make sure that you honor your body. So just watch out for that there as well. I would say for some of you, especially if you are an entrepreneur, make sure you get the right vitamins and look after your immune system, because I do see a seasonal cold here. You could potentially come down with something and it stops you in your tracks just when you're about to do something critical in your career. It may feel a little bit like annoying, frustrating. However, I feel like being you will probably work through it, but I feel it's important to just prevention rather than cure, if you know what I mean, okay? Now, the star energy also tells me that you are in some way working towards a brighter future, that you have a lot to look forward to. And the Four of Wands is like, let your hair down, celebrate. But also it indicates a very creative time for you, okay? It's about taking pleasure in your work, enjoying what you do, but also people coming together in good company. So even some of the people that perhaps, you don't get on so well with, normally in day-to-day working, if there is some, I feel like they're even going to be in a really good mood as we move through December, and it just feels like a bit of a lighter environment, okay? Now, some of you, I'm getting a major energy of some Librans out there deciding to leave a place in order to do what your heart desires, like to finally get on your true life's mission path. So you may launch like an entrepreneurship, or you may go independent or freelance in some way. Some of you may even pick up a seasonal job that you really enjoy, and you may decide to take it long term. Doesn't mean you can't do the two together, but just make sure you don't burn yourself out, okay? Also, the Four of Wands, some of you may be thinking about returning to something that you used to love doing, okay? And it may be that it feels like you're starting from scratch. However, you're starting from experience. So don't have any self-doubts. Be confident in your skill set, because you're really awesome at what you do, okay? And there may also be an opportunity as you move through December to hear from someone that you haven't heard from in a while, who tells you about an opportunity or offers you an opportunity to work with them in some way or collaborate in some way. And it actually helps launch your career even higher. It's a really great opportunity. It's almost like you're not working for them. It's like you're working with them. So I don't feel like they're going to be your boss or anything. And they're showing me an image. Let me see if I can really tap into that. They're showing me a pyramid in the water, but there's some writing on it. Let me see if I can see that. Okay, there's only one word I can see, and it's the word home. Okay, so maybe some of you are trying to get a job where you work from home, or maybe it's something online, or maybe your friend tells you about something that you can do from home. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. It's like it looks like a glass pyramid, and it has the word home, but there's other writing and I can't see it. It's all like blurred out. So maybe the most important word that I'm meant to see is home for you in some way. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. That's what's coming through. Now, in terms of your personal finances, I do see that some of you may be a little bit worried about finances, and some of you may even feel that doing your true life's mission, something that you're called to do, you may feel it doesn't really pay very well, but it will, okay? I definitely see it will pick up a little bit more, but you may take a supplementary kind of job on the side to keep it going, if you know what I mean. But in terms of your finances, I actually see that there is the potential to earn a little bit more, even though it feels like, how can I put that? It feels like you are at a plateau of finances. It's almost like you break even. Let me just pull another card on that. It's like you will be able to save a little bit, but because of your budgeting, because of your clever Budgeting. Yeah, I keep getting clever budgeting. We got the Queen of Wands. Tell me about finances. Three of Pentacles again. Yeah. So it's kind of the same. I feel like you may take an alternative approach or an alternative job to increase your finances, because it feels with the Three of Pentacles, that can be like a plateau of money. Okay. It's like a steady stream of money. It's not quite what you're hoping for to keep things ticking over. However, it just feels like it's level. The Queen of Wands is an energy of being magnetic, paying attention, being inspired, using your passions to create perhaps something different, using your power to collaborate, because the Queen of Wands with the Three of Pentacles is to come together and collaborate. So it could be that you're deciding to set up like a second stream of income with friends or family members, or you've got an idea and you're just looking to other people to see how they did it, but you're putting your own unique spin on it. And the Seven of Pentacles is, you know, a small increase in money, but it feels very much like you're opening yourself up to a new strategy. You're contemplating where you're at right now, and if you're getting the money that you'd hoped to have by now, and you're seeing whether it goes as far as you want it to go. Okay. I feel like with patience and hard work, of course, you will get to where you want to go. I definitely see that you're committing yourself to prosperity, and that you will start to see tangible success with regards to your dreams and goals. They will pay off, and it could be the start of a new project that actually brings in more money. Okay. But I feel like you're in command of that, and I definitely see that you're strategizing to bring in extra money. Okay. For those of you who had an appraisal, I see that you're going to get a bonus. Okay. You may tuck that bonus away, almost like you're not going to touch that. So it feels very much like it's a nest egg, but at the same time, it feels like you're just remaining at a plateau with the rest of the money that you have to kind of like spend. It just feels, you know, it's almost like if I was given this bonus, it's almost like it doesn't exist. I've put it in an account that I'm not going to touch. I'm going to lock it away, and I'm not going to think about it. So therefore I don't have it. This is what I got to spend. I got only this to spend. You know, that's the energy I've got coming from that. So for those of you who are hoping for a bonus, I see it coming in. I got to be honest, I feel it may not be as much as you truly deserve. However, it's something, especially since the economic climate right now is a little bit crazy. Now, also for those of you who have been looking for a job, I do see two opportunities actually. Okay. And I think I mentioned this already. I see that it could be like a different branch of something that you already do. And whilst you may feel like you're starting from scratch, you're not. You're starting from experience. And I feel like you'll move through that company quite quickly. You're going to get a new status within 6 months. You're going to get a promotion within that new position because you're really good at what you do. And I feel people notice and appreciate your skill set, and they want to pay you for it as well. Okay. Now, I just want you to be aware there is a rogue card in this deck. It's meant to be there. It is there for a reason. So not everybody gets that card. Oof. We've got the skull there. Isn't it interesting? You've got the skull there and the skull on the King of Swords as well. So it could be that some of you are completely ending a position, or you're completely ending a project and you're on to something new. We have mask and we have gift. Okay. I'm loving mask because this is how I feel about your finances right now. Secret stash. You know, as I said, you put it away. It's like you pretend it doesn't exist. So it says secret stash, save pennies, finding money. I know there's a word theft there, so I'm going to pull a card on it. I'm not seeing any evidence of it, but of course, please pay close attention to your surroundings because, you know, economically things are shifting and some people are getting pretty desperate and they may open themselves up to unhealthy measures to get what they want. Okay, so of course there is a potential for theft everywhere, but I'm going to pull a card on it because I don't see anything there. I would definitely say keep your ideas to yourself, just so that anybody doesn't take credit for it. And if you're creating something like writing a book, or you're writing a screenplay, or you're writing a document that's going to be published because you did get that star energy, it's important to copyright your work. Okay, or at least patent your ideas. It also says acting, assistant, hidden potential, and the unknown. So I definitely see that something that you could be launching, you may be keeping it to yourself at this time. When the moment is right, just like that toaster, it will like pop up, it's ready to launch. So I feel that tapping into your true potential is important over the next 6 weeks. Pay close attention to any ideas that have been whispering to you from your heart, because they're given to you for a reason. Now we also have skull, rough patch, borrowing money, low on cash, healer, no work, reinvention. Now for those of you who are currently looking for work, the word reinvention is really important because it connects to the job opportunity I feel that's coming through, okay? So I feel a surprise opportunity is coming through. It may not be what you're looking for at first, but when you look at it a little bit closer, you'll be like, actually, this is great. And I feel there's an opportunity there for you to elevate within that. It's not that you're taking something that isn't in alignment with your career goals, because I feel it is, but it feels like it's a different approach to it. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that for you. Now, of course, there is a potential for some of you to hear about layoffs or people losing their job. But what I see here with your energy, I feel like you're in control of whether you move from a position or not. And with the Page of Pentacles, it actually indicates that there is money news that is coming in that you'll celebrate. I mean, look at that. 3 of Cups, okay? Now, 3 of Cups, as I said, with the word theft, that's what I was actually clarifying. Just be mindful in groups of people, pickpockets, that sort of thing. I know that's not to do with career, but it's definitely to do with money. So just watch out for that, especially if you've got like an office party coming up and, people, sometimes they're a little bit loose with the juice and they are interested in wonderful conversations about telling each other that they love each other when really in the office they don't really talk to each other at all. But I feel it's important to keep an eye on your surroundings, okay? Yeah, I'm clarifying the skull card now. Okay, rough patch. This is really about you checking in with the exchange, because sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve because we're afraid that, there's no other opportunities out there. So I really feel you're checking the exchange right now. And if you feel like you're doing a lot of work and the money is not reflecting the amount of work that you're doing, I feel like you're having a different approach. You may negotiate a better deal because of that King of Swords there. However, I feel like you may take yourself elsewhere. You may leave something, because this really connects to the Death card energy, where it's like you're not accepting less than you truly deserve. And I feel like you are breaking old habits of undervaluing yourself or allowing others to underestimate you and your worth. So I definitely see that you're checking the exchange, and you may put yourself out there or your resume out there to find new opportunities to bring in more money. Okay, because I feel where you're at right now, there's a steady increase, but you may have felt like you hit a glass ceiling. And the 2 of Cups, there is a partnership available. As I said, there's a friend that you may hear from who will tell you about a lucrative deal. When you get the 2 of Cups and it's connected to a career reading or a money reading, it can indicate an agreement, okay, a contract where 2 people, you and a company or you and a brand, decide to partner up, or even you and a friend decide to launch a business partnership. But it can also indicate you are manifesting from the heart. And if your heart is not in your current career circumstances, it's time to shake up the energy, because if you don't and you're feeling a little bit low vibe energy, or it just feels like soul destroying, the universe will send a tower along to actually shift you out of that position, to put you in an alignment with what you truly deserve. And, sometimes that can feel a little bit uncomfortable. Many, many years ago, I was working in a very toxic environment, and I was sent so many signs from the universe to leave because the people were horrendous. People who would throw things at you or like scream at you, swear at you and everything, and they paid really well. And I was like, this is not right. This is a really abusive situation. However, I was scared to leave because they paid really well, and it gave me an opportunity to look after my family and make sure that we were secure. However, it was soul destroying. And then the universe sent me a moment where it was like, nope. And it was a very shocking moment where suddenly I stood up in a meeting and I was like, my body was taking me out of this meeting. And I was like, I'm leaving. This is it. This is my last day. I'm gone. And it was like a long-term position. So everybody was shocked. It was a whole, I was shocked because I was like, what's happening? But the universe was really sending me a tower moment. Like, if you do not leap out of the tower, we will push you. So it was really one of those moments. So I definitely see here that you are really deep in thought about the next stage of your career, and you're wondering from the heart if you're happy and if it's in alignment with what you really want to do. So some big decisions happening here for you. We also have 2 more cards there for you. We have Gift and Pendulum. Now, as it says here, fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy. I already said that. Seasonal work. So I definitely picked up on that. It also says job change there and making choices. So I definitely see that you have some big options to look at in the next 6 weeks. And also we have a gift. So if you're having an appraisal, or you had an appraisal, you're definitely getting a bonus, okay? But it says here, giving or receiving, sudden windfall, generosity, financial support, work surprise, and vacation. And I definitely see that some of you are working towards a vacation as well, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Okay. So we have 2 butterflies. Interesting, okay? So this could really connect to partnerships, okay, but I also feel like there's someone who has your back at your current working environment or in the industry that you work in. They've been seeing your work and they want to elevate you. But the butterfly is really to spread your wings and fly. So it could be that you are changing your approach, or you're maturing through your work and you've hit a certain plateau, a glass ceiling, and now it's time to maybe experience or explore elsewhere to see if you can reach your full potential and elevate. We also have the infinity sign, so infinite possibilities for you to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. My guides want me to be aware that there is an infinity sign. Love it. On the Magician card. What are you manifesting? What are your thoughts right now? Because remember, thoughts are becoming things, and you are in a very strong manifestation potential for the next 6 weeks. So be mindful of your thoughts. If you believe you cannot do something, you are right, because you lose the motivation, the drive, and the desire to do it. But if you believe without any doubt that you can do something, you absolutely can and will, okay? Now also we have the water rune, okay? So this is about your emotions. Do you love what you're doing? This is all about your dreams coming true, taking the initiative and, almost like psychically knowing that you're going to be really successful. Some of you may have also been feeling a little bit sensitive about your career and you are wondering what's the next step on your direction. Pay close attention to your dreams because you will find the answers. This is the next 6 weeks. This is the month of clarity. And I love this. We've got the arrow. You're taking your career to the next stage. This is about success. It's about being on target. If you've got any deadlines or any tests or anything that you're worried about, you're going to smash it out of the park and you're going to be really successful. But this is about elevation and rising to the top. Okay, so exciting couple of weeks for you. Even though there's a little bit of difficulty, don't get me wrong, I feel like things have been challenging. I feel like you're pushing through those challenges. You're finding a solution. If you've been feeling unmotivated, I definitely see this boost of energy, drive. It's almost like that final push towards the end of the year just to close out everything, get everything done, tie up loose ends, and then take a vacation and then get on to 2024 and continue the next steps on your path, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Librans. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.